Hey, what's up, my friends? This is Jesse here, and you're watching JL's Comics. Thanks for pressing play once again. I got a few books stacked up here, so I figured it was time to do another comic book haul. This is actually going to be a mix of some new books and some back issues that I've gotten recently. So I'll go through these in no particular order. With some of the new books, I'll just give you a couple, bullet pointed thoughts on what I thought of the book. Mini type reviews. So we'll start with those when they come up here. So first up though is a couple of cool books. A lot of white space on these. First up on the right, this is actually something that I won in a contest. It was for Tom Rorden, who was actually on the book here. And he has a YouTube channel. So I'm giving him a shout out. It's Tom_S_Rorden, spelled just like that. And he's a great part of the community. He does hauls, he does the comic book videos, and he's also a creator of this book here. It's called Killbox, and this is through American Gothic Press. I won the contest for that, which was really awesome. So he sent me this signed by himself and Nathan Gooden, who is his co-creator on the book. And it was really cool. I expected that to come in, but what I did not expect was him to send a couple things along with it, which was actually these two books. So he sent those as a bonus in with the book. So these are 3D. These are from Justice League Dark. This is 23.1, 23.2, of course, Eclipso, and the Creeper. So awesome. Thank you very much, Tom, if you're watching this. Much appreciated, brother. Awesome book you have, a great channel, and I hope some folks watching this will head on over there and check out what he has to offer, because it's some good stuff. Recommend it. He's a good guy too. So there you go. So that's Killbox, and this is Invincible. This is actually Invincible number 135. It's one of the like the April Fool's type covers that they were doing. So this is sort of an homage. It looks sort of like Spider-Gwen, right? That's kind of what they're going for there. And it was interesting. There's supposed to be a color variant for this, or the color version, and then this one, which is the Diamond Retailer Summit, the black and white cover. And there was actually a screw up with Diamond with the shipping, so they sent these out first, the black and white. So people were kind of confused about that, but the color version should be in shops in the next week or so. So yeah, people were like, well, why is there this but not a color? But that's why. There was a Diamond screw up in the shipping. So there you go. All right, next up we have Detective 955. Good story there, part of the League of Shadows arc. And I have not had the chance to read this yet. But that cover by Eddie Barrows is pretty cool. If you ask me, you got some chained up there, and then you got the League of Shadows around. Looks cool. I've been liking the story, the direction with all the Bat team and stuff. So it's cool. It's not focused exclusively on Batman, because then it would just be a duplicate of Batman, right? So I don't know. I like it, and it makes it not just a duplicate. All right. So next we have NYX. This is issue number 4. This is the second appearance of X-23. This is a book that I've been looking for quite some time, and I was waiting on it. I did not want to buy it near or in the couple months or few months around the Logan movie, because I know it just kind of went through the roof for a while there. Waited for watching the prices, watching the market, waiting for that price to drop. And I had a price in my mind that I was comfortable paying, and I finally found a sale where everything matched, everything was good. The grading on it, this is a high, I'd probably put this at like a 9.4, 9.6-ish range. But for the price I paid, it was, absolutely worth every penny of that. Got a good deal on it, let's just say that. So I finally was able to cross this off my master list. Now if I did like a 2017 want list part 2, I think that this would 100% be on that. So, but now it doesn't have to be, right? Alright, so that's NYX4. Next up we have Redneck, issue number 1. This was a pretty good story. It read to me, it flowed through like a movie or TV script. This guy is sort of like hanging out, some things happened with a bar. Basically, the story is these vampires, and they own a barbecue, and they're like redneck hillbilly types, and they don't want to eat humans. They have like this beer they drink called Bloodweiser, and I don't know, it's interesting. Um, See where it goes with the story, and everything, around the plot. Slightly different take on. Well, no, not necessarily. It reminded me of like an HBO show. I could see this. I feel like Donnie Cates was writing it, hoping it would be picked up, or for the purpose of it being picked up, by a studio. Not a whole lot action-wise happened in it, but it definitely set up the atmosphere and, the location and stuff for it. So it was good. Good first issue, setting everything up. So, Redneck, issue number 1. The artwork on it is different. It's rougher than I usually go for, but I think for this it worked. Alright, so next we have Heathen number 2. This is I've had a few of these already. I keep selling them off, and I had accidentally sold all of them off, and I said to myself, shit, I didn't save one for myself, but I finally found one at Cover, and I was able to get one for my PC, because I have 1 and 3, so I couldn't really not have 2, but this one's not for sale. I'm keeping this one. Like the story, it's really cool. My favorite, there's a few different Vault titles right now, but this one's my favorite, so happy to have that. Alright, next up we have Black Eyed Kids. This is BEK Black Eyed Kids with Joe Pruitt, issue number 12. That's a Francesco Francavilla cover. Really great story. I love the whole concept behind it, that urban myth about, the kids with the black eyes. If you let them in your house, they'll you'll disappear basically. Nobody knows what will happen to you. So it's really creepy horror type of story, and I've been liking it. Simon Kodransky and Joe Pruitt work really well together in terms of the plot and the story, and then the really atmospheric, moody elements that Kodransky provides through the panels really adds to the story quite a bit. So see where that takes us. So next up we have Harley, issue number 18, and there's a little bit of a glare in there. A little bit dark too. Trying to get a little bit more light down on there, folks. Okay, anyways. Alright, so we have Harley 18. Picking these up because of the Frank Joe covers. This one's really cool. You got the old costume and the new. The dog. Yeah. Amanda Connor is writing pretty wacky, out there type of character right now. But, yeah, these covers are pretty awesome. Hope Joe sticks on it for a while. I think he's probably contracted for I'd say a year, I think was what it was when they signed on. They had to be on for about a year, so 24 issues, and then who knows after that. So we got a few more to go with Joe, because he came on a little bit after. He was on Wonder Woman first, and then moved over here. Alright, so next up we have Secret Empire. This is issue 0, and we talked about this on the show on Tuesday on Comic Conversation, that wasn't a whole big fan of the artwork. The story is just okay. It didn't feel as the danger didn't feel as imminent, as that. I don't know how to describe it. It was okay, but I wasn't like, oh my god, everything's gonna end, the danger and this and that. I just had a hard time sort of caring about what was happening. Maybe because it happened so quick. But I guess in its defense, I didn't read a whole lot of the lead up to it. Even though this is an issue 0, you had Thunderbolts, you had Captain America and stuff that were kind of driving towards this story, and I didn't really pick up on a whole lot of those. So to get that backstory, so I kind of went into this and I just jumped right into it, with both feet. Left me, I don't know. I mean, I'm locked in for issue number 1. Because I already pre-ordered it, so I'll read that and just kind of see where it goes. See if I want to pick up issue 2 or not. Alright, next up we have Damn Wolf. This is the cover B. And I like this. Oh, here's the cover. Okay. So there's your A and your B. And I like this quite a bit. This was Fabian Rangel Jr. who wrote this. Cool. It's quick. The pacing on it's really fast. It's basically, you know, telling about this skinny guy who goes over to Vietnam to fight. And he's kind of like an outcast because he's, you know, the small guy and everything. And he finds that he's a werewolf. And his team finds that he's a werewolf as well. So it's kind of done more, the narrator tells the story more than him. And it starts, you know, it kind of goes all the way through his origin pretty quick with this. So it sets all that up. And you find out that he may not be the only monster around. Dun, dun, dun. So definitely gonna check out issue number 2 to see what happens there. But I like what I've seen and read so far. Pretty cool. There's a black and white for this too that looks pretty good. All right, so that's Nam Wolf issue number 1. That's to Albatross, and a lot of people think it's Eric Powell, but nope, it's Fabian Rangel. And I think Eric Powell did this cover because he did sign it here. So this is the cover B. I believe he drew this cover. So there you go. Okay, Nam Wolf. Black Monday Murders. This is a Jonathan Hickman story. This is issue number 5. It came back after a long hiatus, and it's pretty good. It's very involved, on a bordering on convoluted story, but it really dives deep into some, you know, pseudo mythological beings and you know, these gods and demons and, you know, the financial industry and the deals that people make with that. And it's very, very involved. If you want to sit down and read this book, you need to have no other distractions and you need to read it all through. If you pick this up, you got to start with issue 1 to get the whole thing, and definitely need to pay attention when you read it. All right, Miss Marvel 17. I did want this as soon as I saw it, and I was lucky enough that my shop had one. I had put in the request for it, and they told me that they didn't have any. So when I did the show and I was asking folks, you know, I didn't think that I was going to be able to get one, but I got an email later on saying, "Oh, we found one in a different box, and we put it in your pull for you." So I was really happy to be able to find that. And great Adam Kubert. You guys know I like X-23, obviously, so perfect match there. These are already going for a pretty good price on eBay and stuff, so glad I got that for $4. Deadpool. This is issue 29, very interesting, with Shikla marrying Dracula. Just interesting out there story as you would expect from Deadpool, but it really more focused on them than him. Superman 21, this was a pretty interesting book. I really liking this. It's one of my favorites from Rebirth right now. You know, you get Jonathan down there. And, is it Jonathan? I can't remember his name right now. Anyways, yeah, then you got this guy here, and he is, well, I don't want to give away the story, but this is potentially a first appearance as well in the back of it. So there you go. All right, Wonder Woman, this is issue 220. Really, really great cover, if you ask me. And it's done by J.G. Jones, did this cover. Everybody talks about the run on Wonder Woman that Adam Hughes did, but right after him, well, there was a couple in between, and I think it was Phil Noto. And then right after that couple issues, J.G. Jones jumped on the book and did a bunch of the covers, and they're absolutely beautiful. And this is one of those. I think Biggie's would call it a bondage cover because she's all handcuffed, you know, being hauled away by the NYPD. I don't know. It's cool. I like it. All right. Everyone got that. The lenticular cover, right? Show up there. Sort of. Kind of hard to see in the bag. Anyways, that's the lenticular. That was a really quick read. It was basically just him fighting with Reverse Flash. Then it was done. But Flash 21 really added a lot to that 4-part story. So where this kind of didn't, it set it up, I guess, a little bit and left a lot of questions. Flash 21 answered some of those. Had some cool little elements added in as well. But, you know, I was worried that with this first issue, if they were all like that, there wouldn't be much story. But the Flash 21 kind of took that concern away for me. So there you go. All right, Supergirl number 50. This is a beautiful, beautiful Michael Turner cover, and this actually was done about a year after he had passed away. It was more of a tribute to him using an old art piece, and he was the person who brought Kara back, Supergirl back, and kind of reintroduced her, revitalized the character, and took her. She's the reason why she made it to that 50th issue, quite honestly. Beautiful cover. Really, really like it. It's one of his later piece, posthumously published. There's that book. We want to talk about that book. That book I have for sale, actually. So if you want that, let me know, because I don't. But it was in my box. Alright, now these two... Well, actually, I'll leave that. These I don't really know much about, but I just really liked the covers for them. They're Amekomi girls. One featuring Supergirl, and then one featuring Powergirl. Both MMO Luke Pacino covers. And apparently these were done kind of to follow along with the DC figures that were sort of an answer to the Bishoujo statues that Marvel was doing, and they kind of didn't get the translation right necessarily, and these didn't last a whole while longer. So DC kind of redid the figures and made them more of that Kotobukiya style, the Bishoujo style. I mean, so now they're doing pretty well with it. But around the time that these came out, it wasn't. These are Jimmy Palmiotti covers. Stories. Haven't read them story-wise, but what drew me to it was the covers. So there you go. Alright guys, that's all I got for you today. This is Jesse here, JLS Comics. Check us out on Tuesday. Got a great show and a little bit of an update to share with you guys as well. I did a little bit of kind of renumbering on it, and I'll tell you why then. But I will say now that as of April 24th, that show's a year old. So we made it to a year, and we're on the road to 50 episodes, so that's pretty awesome. Because we took some time off and all that. But hopefully, you liked what you saw here, and you'll hit that thumb up button, that is. If you stayed with me this long, hopefully that does mean you liked it. It's your first time stopping here. Please, by all means, go ahead and hit that sub button and the notification button as well. You don't want to miss all the great stuff we have coming up here in the very near future. And I always look forward to any comments or questions you want to leave down below. And that'll do it, guys. This is Jesse here with JLS Comics, and this has been another comic book haul video. See you soon.